Hi guys, just want to do a quick review here of a couple of things really. First of all, the iPhone 15 Pro Max. A couple of things I like about this. I did quite a bit of content when it first came out and then didn't really do a review of it. And there's just a handful of things that I really liked. And then basically two products outside of that, which are my case and my wallet, that I really love and appreciate. And obviously, your phone is pretty personal, you have it on a daily basis. So, the way I have mine set up, I really like, and I'm going to put links to what I have in the description below. But first of all, the iPhone 15 Pro Max. So I went from the 14 Pro to the 14 Pro Max. And if Apple had came out at that keynote and said, you know what guys, we haven't made any changes this year, but here's a 15 anyway, I would have bought the product, not because I'm an Apple fanboy, though I do love Apple. As you can tell, I got a bunch of stuff. But the point is, I needed a new phone, I needed bigger storage, and I needed a bigger screen. So I've always said for years that I love the standard size iPhone from the iPhone X or iPhone 10 to everything since then. That form factor and that size has just been perfect. And I've always thought the bigger phone was just a little too big. When they came out with that keynote and they said they have different cameras on the back that have a little bit more to them than the standard, and they have that 5x zoom. At that point, I was like, okay, we're creating content with our phones while we're out and about, and obviously capturing family stuff with our kids. I should probably go for the bigger phone. I need new memory, I need a new phone. And we're part of the upgrade program. So at that point, you've got Apple in every area you can update. That was really the main reason. And what I can tell you is just having more storage definitely helps. Just not having to worry about apps and photos and as I'm editing things possibly on my phone of taking up too much space with big files. So that aspect is great. The other thing that I like the most about this is the screen size, and I didn't think I would like it. And here's the thing, my wife got the 15 Pro, I got the Max. So when I pick up her phone, I start using it, I can just feel the difference. And I don't want to say I feel constricted because that's kind of a weird way to put it, but it just feels smaller. And I always thought that form factor, the 15 and all the way down to the 10, was just perfect size. It fits in your hand, you can reach the whole screen. Now, do I sometimes struggle to reach things on my phone? I do. And I'm a left-handed person, which means some of the interfaces, most of the interfaces are not designed for a left-handed person. You may not know this, or you may not think about it, but like your back button and a lot of different things are gestured from the bottom right, where normally a right-handed person's thumb is. So me having a bigger screen and using it, typically my left hand, can be a bit of a difficult thing sometimes. I normally have to rest on something and then do it. The 15 Max Pro Max, the pictures are fantastic on it, the videos are fantastic on it. That 5x zoom, I've used it quite a few times. I think I do kind of miss the 3x zoom, which is on the other model and the prior models. But the 5x zoom just does add something, and I like just punching into something. It's kind of weird sometimes because I'll be videoing my kids, I'll video my wife, and I'll just like pan over to them. It's like, it's here. So it's a little bit much sometimes to zoom in on something and to get, like, we always have hummingbirds in our backyard and I'm fascinated by them. I think they're cool things. So I love just standing at the back door and zooming in to our bird feeder and getting a good slow-mo or a good video of them because they're just cool little creatures. I almost forgot the other biggest thing. What am I thinking? Okay, so the other reason I wanted to make this video was, this is so silly, this is so dumb, but it makes such a huge deal. The change to USB-C and the speed difference for the USB-C. I was thinking, what was the other big thing for the phone when they released it? And of course it was USB-C on the bottom. Transferring data, the amount of accessories that now can be opened up because USB-C is in the bottom is just beyond fantastic. So I'll put the link in the description below, a little dock that you can put in by USB-C, and it's got USB-A in there, it's got a micro USB reader, it's got an audio jack, it's got HDMI out. I can put that on the bottom of my phone now. So let's just say I've shot some drone footage, I've shot something on my Sony camera or my Pocket 3. I can quickly take the memory card out, stick it into this reader and put it into the bottom of my phone. And I have a few cheaper readers as well. What do you know? I have them all in my desk right here. So a cheap one right here, and this one's a USB, micro USB and SD card, USB-C to a bunch of USBs and Ethernet port, which actually does work, and you can hook your phone up to the internet. But this is the one I was referring to. So basically all these different inputs. I'll put a link in the description. So this is HyperDrive. This is just a USB extender. So then I can just plug it into my phone, put a micro SDs and SD cards in here, get the footage onto my phone, review it, make sure it's good, or transfer the files onto it. So when we were in Florida, and I did mess up a little bit here, and I ended up losing a bunch of footage that was just so beautiful, and I kicked myself for it. What I did is I took a USB-C cable from my drone to my phone and just transferred the footage over to get it in a safe spot. And I thought I transferred some footage that was on the internal drive on the drone, and I didn't, and I wiped it and I formatted it and I lost it, and it was good. It was like dusk setting. I'll show you the one clip I did get from it because I sent a short clip over. I digress. You can never do that with Lightning. I mean, possibly yes, but the speeds were just so slow. Now, some of these things like this one, after I bought it, I found out the speed wasn't that fast. So it's kind of like a backup. If I needed something, then by all means. Also, I have external hard drives, which I can plug straight in as well and just transfer files around, which is just great. So one thing you got to keep in mind is the speed of the device you're using, the cable that's being used, if it's not attached like this one, if it's a separate cable, and the speed of the, I guess, the hard drive or whatever that you're using, if that's what you're using, or, you know, a memory card. So all these things can impact how fast something transfers. And I've done one transfer when we were in Florida, and it took like 15 minutes to transfer, I think about 6 or 7 gig. And then I did another transfer, and because I had all the right cables set up, it took about 2 to 3 minutes to transfer about 22 gig of files. That little difference on what cables you've got and what's, you know, the transfer speed of this thing, because if you have the iPhone Pros all have the faster speed. It's so good. It's really so good. And then obviously the accessories that you can plug in and it can work. It just opens up your world to a lot of different options. Highly recommend for USB-C. That's my update on the phone right here and why I like it a lot. Now, the other two things I want to talk about are, so this case is on here good, right? Which is a fantastic thing. Now this case is a Ghost case by DBrand. You know, pretty minimal. It's got some great grip on the side. It's got a MagSafe right there. And basically my issue with see-through cases, though I've always wanted to find a good one, are they turn yellow. And on my, I don't know, I can't remember which one, maybe it was the 13 or the 12, I got one and they turn yellow and they're gross and whatever. But DBrand guarantee that this will not yellow. And if it does, they will replace it for free. So either it just won't, which is great, or if it does, you'll get a free one. Now I heard Marcus Brownlee, because he promoted this and before it launched, the pre-launch of it, and kind of did a little promo for it. He said, well, great, a free phone case for life. I was like, yeah, that's awesome. And I thought, but I don't keep my case. I keep it like every year I upgrade on the upgrade program. So in that instance, yes, a free case for life technically, but you know, Apple like to change like the dimensions of this a little bit, or the dimensions of the phone a little bit, so that the old cases, not that they do it for that reason and purpose, though I'm sure it helps the fact that people have to buy new cases every single year, and it helps the economy of Apple. DBrand's case, great, it won't yellow. If it does, they'll replace it. Some great grip on it, really hard to get on and off, which is a good thing and a bad thing, but my back of my phone is beautiful and shiny, and you get to see that through the glass or through the plastic. You just have to clean it every now and then. It gets a little bit of dirt trapped on the inside, but beyond that, great. The final thing is this Moft Wallet. Moft do a case, but this little stand wallet is just so versatile. So on the back of my case right here, through MagSafe, and it's got a little stand, and you can rotate the stand so then it's in that orientation. There's my driving license, you don't want to see the picture. Or like a little, put your fingers through and a little grip thing. And the design of this thing is so cool. This is my second one. I wore out my original one a lot because I'd used it a whole bunch. It essentially just came detached, I think, at the bottom, but I did use it a lot. So I really can't blame the company. And I didn't reach out to them and say, hey, get me a new one. I just thought, let's just buy a new one. It's such a good product. And actually the reason would be because I wanted blue instead of black. The original one was black. Yeah, I mean, I probably could have reached out to them to see if there's any guarantee or warranty with it, but I just thought they've made a great product here. Let's just buy a new one. But also you can get a battery that sits in between. So MagSafe's to the back of the phone, and this MagSafe's to the back of the battery. And it's also Moft as well. You hit a little button on it and it charges your phone through MagSafe. So with that, the reason I ended up getting this one, because it was like a deal on getting them both together. Yeah, I just figured, let's just get a new wallet, get a new charger, because we have 2 of them now. 2 products, 2 accessories that I really like for my iPhone. my iPhone that I love the color of it. I love that I get to see the color of it because I've got a see-through case that doesn't turn yellow. And I love that I get to stand my phone up very easily all the time for when I need to. And this is my little setup for my iPhone 15 Pro Max. Highly love it, like it. All the links for all this will be in the description below, including the little accessories that I previously mentioned, just in case you need them, just in case you want them. So hope it helps, hope that gives some value to somebody, but yeah, it's a great phone. All right, have a great day. Bye.